Does the accumulated weight of your day, the stresses, the unresolved thoughts, the endless to-do lists, often follow you deep into the night, leaving you feeling restless, perhaps a little anxious, and certainly unprepared for whatever tomorrow might bring? What if the closely guarded key to transforming those often chaotic and cluttered evenings into profound moments of genuine peace, crystal clarity, and powerful mental preparation wasn't some fleeting modern fad, but rather an ancient, time-honored set of simple Stoic routines, faithfully practiced by emperors, philosophers, and wise individuals for centuries? Forget those restless nights that lead to reactive, unfocused mornings. Today, we're about to unveil 7 simple yet incredibly profound Stoic evening rituals, meticulously designed to help you close each day with intention and grace, to ground your mind effectively, and to empower you to awaken truly refreshed and ready to conquer whatever the new day holds. Your best tomorrow, quite literally, starts tonight. The great Stoic philosopher Seneca once offered this profound piece of wisdom: begin at once to live, and count each separate day as a separate life. It's a powerful reminder, isn't it? Each day truly is a miniature life in itself, with its own beginning, its own challenges, its own triumphs, and its own unique end. And as one day culminates, as its chapter draws to a close, we are graciously offered a precious opportunity, the chance to conclude it with deep introspection, with quiet gratitude, and with intentional grace. Today, we will explore 7 specific Stoic routine lessons, timeless practices that can help us all end our day with profound mindfulness, effectively grounding ourselves in serene preparation for the invaluable gift of a new day ahead. Now, please remember, while each of these lessons holds significant value, it's ultimately about finding those particular practices that truly resonate with you. With your unique circumstances and your personal journey, feel free to incorporate them into your nightly routine as you see fit, thoughtfully molding them to suit your individual path towards greater peace and wisdom. And before we begin this exploration, I would sincerely appreciate it if you would take a moment to like this video. Doing so truly helps me to continue spreading the enriching philosophy of Stoicism to more people who might be seeking its guidance. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, I warmly recommend you do so, and also activate that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future video lessons designed to bring more clarity and calm into your life. Alright, let's begin with lesson number 1, consciously reflecting on the day's actions. This, gentlemen and ladies, is not merely a passive mental exercise, it is a deeply transformative nightly ritual. It's an age-old Stoic practice that beautifully merges profound introspection with clear intention, acting as a vital bridge between who we were today, our actions, our reactions, our choices, and who we aspire to become tomorrow. Every single day, we are presented with a myriad of choices, each one like a distinct brushstroke painting the ever-evolving canvas of our life. When we take the time to reflect at the end of the day, we're not just casually revisiting these choices, we're consciously stepping into the insightful shoes of an impartial observer, seeking to understand the often hidden motives behind our actions and their subsequent, sometimes far-reaching, ripple effects. Think about a simple, everyday interaction, like conversing with a colleague or a family member. Through the clarifying lens of evening reflection, you can meticulously dissect this exchange. Were your words truly driven by genuine interest and empathy, or perhaps by a sense of obligation or a desire to be heard? When they spoke, did you listen with the intent to truly understand their perspective, or were you merely waiting for your turn to reply, to assert your own point? This level of detailed granularity in your self-assessment can begin to reveal deeply ingrained patterns of behavior, some of which we might have been completely oblivious to in the rush of the day. Now, let's turn that same reflective lens onto more significant events that may have occurred. Perhaps you were faced with a particularly challenging decision at work, or you found yourself in a difficult disagreement at home. Reflecting on such scenarios allows you to discern, with greater honesty, whether your response was primarily rooted in ego, raw emotion, or a more centered state of equanimity. Were you perhaps swayed by a fleeting desire for external validation, or were you genuinely driven by a sincere concern for the greater good, or for the well-being of the relationship? But reflection, in the Stoic sense, isn't just about identifying our virtues and vices, our strengths and weaknesses. It's a powerful gateway to deeper self-knowledge. By consistently understanding our actions, we begin to unravel the complex layers of our own psyche, uncovering those hidden fears, unspoken desires, unconscious biases, and deeply ingrained beliefs that so often subtly, yet powerfully, influence our choices and shape our lives. For instance, if you found yourself consistently avoiding a particular task today, was it due to genuine, practical concerns, or was there perhaps an underlying fear of failure or judgment at play? If you reacted defensively in an argument, was it truly about the actual issue at hand, or was a past, unresolved experience perhaps triggering such an intense response? Incorporating this vital practice of reflection into our nightly routine has truly profound implications for our overall well-being and growth. It allows us to wake up each new day with a clearer, more honest understanding of ourselves, and with a more defined roadmap for our ongoing personal development. We begin to transform from being passive recipients of external influences and internal impulses into becoming proactive, conscious architects of our own character. This leads us seamlessly into lesson number 2, intentionally prepare for tomorrow's challenges. Now, this isn't about attempting to meticulously forecast every single potential hurdle that might come your way, nor is it about filling your mind with a sense of dread or anxiety for the unknown future. Instead, it's about consciously, mentally equipping yourself, fortifying your inner state to face whatever may come your way, effectively anchoring yourself in that deep well of Stoic resilience. The Stoics taught us about the incredibly useful concept of premeditatio malorum, which translates roughly to the premeditation of evils, or, more gently, the anticipation of difficulties. It's a powerful mental technique where you visualize potential challenges before they arise, not to foster anxiety or pessimism, but rather to diminish the potential shock and emotional impact of adversity should it occur, and to build a robust mental framework for skillfully handling such difficulties. Seneca once wisely observed, "What is quite unlooked for is more crushing in its effect, and unexpectedness adds to the weight of a disaster." By preparing our minds in advance, even for just a few moments each evening, we're significantly less likely to be emotionally shaken or derailed when faced with unexpected challenges. Consider your day ahead. Maybe you have a challenging presentation scheduled, a potentially difficult conversation awaiting you, or a significant decision looming on the horizon. Take a quiet moment the night before to gently envision these scenarios. Mentally walk through them in your mind, visualizing not just the potential external events, but also your desired internal reactions, your chosen emotions, and your possible considered responses. You might even think about plausible worst-case scenarios, but more importantly, envision how you would ideally handle them with grace, with poise, and with that unshakable Stoic calm. For instance, if you're worried about a potential disagreement in an upcoming meeting, rather than solely focusing on the anticipated conflict itself, concentrate your mental energy on your desired response. How can you remain grounded and centered? How can you ensure the conversation stays productive and doesn't veer into the unproductive realm of the personal or the overly emotional? By visualizing your calm demeanor, your thoughtful contributions, and your measured responses, you're effectively engaging in a mental rehearsal, ensuring you're far better equipped when the real challenge eventually emerges. It's also incredibly beneficial during this nightly preparation to reflect on the core Stoic tenet that we ultimately control our own reactions. Even if we can't always control external events, if you're anticipating a potential setback, perhaps a delay in an important project or an unforeseen obstacle appearing in your path, gently remind yourself of that foundational Stoic principle. It's not events themselves that upset us, but our judgment about them. Equip yourself with a mindset that proactively seeks to see setbacks not as definitive failures, but as invaluable opportunities for growth, for learning, and for demonstrating your resilience. By making this kind of thoughtful mental preparation a regular part of your nightly ritual, you're proactively sculpting your future responses, ensuring that even amidst unexpected turbulence, you can remain steadfast, unshaken, and firmly anchored in Stoic wisdom. Preparing for tomorrow's challenges, then, is less about trying to foresee every specific twist and turn in the road, and more about ensuring you possess the mental fortitude, the emotional agility, and the inner calm to skillfully navigate whatever path unfolds before you. And as the day truly winds down, we arrive at lesson number 3, consciously express gratitude. As the curtain of night gently draws near, and the world around us begins its peaceful descent into quietude, our Stoic journey thoughtfully nudges us towards one of the most profound and uplifting human experiences, the practice of gratitude. This is a practice that beautifully transcends mere polite thankfulness. It's a deep philosophical stance, a conscious way of looking at the world and our precious place within it. Gratitude, you see, is akin to a steadfast lighthouse in the vast, often tumultuous, ocean of existence, where storms of discontent and powerful waves of desire constantly threaten to throw us off course. This unwavering beacon of thankfulness helps us navigate with a clearer perspective. It's an inner compass, consistently pointing us towards genuine contentment, urging us to find profound beauty in life's inherent simplicity, and to recognize the immense wealth that lies in the immaterial, in our relationships, our experiences, and our inner peace. Marcus Aurelius, the revered Stoic emperor, often reportedly started his day with a simple yet profound question: what am I truly thankful for today? For a man of such immense power and worldly prestige, this humble ritual served as an essential grounding force. By evening, as he reflected upon his day, the tapestry of his gratitude often grew richer, more detailed, filled with acknowledgments of both grand gestures and quiet, easily overlooks moments of grace. Imagine, for a moment, the profound magnitude of this simple practice if applied consistently in our own daily whirlwind of activities. It's so easy to get caught up in what we perceive we lack, in what went wrong during the day, or in our anxieties about what could be better in the future. Yet, every single day, without fail, offers us a multitude of gifts, often hidden in plain sight. The delicate melody of morning birdsong, the comforting aroma of freshly brewed coffee, the infectious, uninhibited laughter of a loved one, or even the mere, miraculous act of breathing, of simply being alive amidst the grand, mysterious theater of existence. Every evening, as you perhaps sit in quiet reflection, gently challenge yourself to go beyond the obvious, surface-level things you're grateful for. Dive deeper into the rich reservoirs of your daily experiences. Did you happen to notice the intricate patterns of shadows and light playing on your walls during the sunset today? Did you take a moment to appreciate the steady, tireless rhythm of your own heart, that incredible, personal symphony of life? Perhaps there was an unexpected, kind message from an old friend that warmed your spirit, or the chance discovery of a song that resonated deeply with your soul at just the right moment. Incorporating this kind of expansive, detailed view of gratitude into your nightly ritual doesn't just change your momentary perspective over time. It can transform the very fabric of your existence. No longer are you merely a passive player in the theater of life, you become an active, engaged seeker, consciously hunting for those precious moments of wonder, joy, and genuine thankfulness. As the days turn into weeks, and the weeks into months, this enriched perspective becomes an ingrained part of your being. The world around you begins to transform. Challenges, instead of appearing as daunting, insurmountable cliffs, start to look more like adventurous treks. Opportunities for growth, mistakes, rather than being heavy burdens of regret, become invaluable lessons, adorned with the patina of newly acquired wisdom, and life itself, in all its glorious, unpredictable beauty, becomes more like a joyful dance of endless, fleeting moments, each one deserving of your full, heartfelt gratitude. Thus, as you lay down to rest each night, allow your heart to consciously brim with thankfulness. Let it echo with the countless joys, both monumental and beautifully minute, that the day graciously offered. In the grand narrative of Stoicism, gratitude isn't just a fleeting act, it's a cultivated art, capable of painting our lives with the vibrant, enduring hues of contentment, wonder, and ceaseless appreciation, which brings us naturally to lesson number 4. Read from Stoic texts or other wisdom literature. With the moon perhaps casting its silvery, tranquil glow, there exists a timeless ritual that has fortified seekers of wisdom and inner peace for centuries upon centuries. The simple yet profound act of reading from Stoic texts, or indeed, any literature that offers deep wisdom and perspective. This is not just a casual habit, like skimming a news feed. It's an intentional immersion, a quiet communion with some of the keenest, most insightful minds that have ever graced our world. Stoic literature, in particular, isn't just a collection of ancient words on a page. It's a veritable treasure trove of life's most profound secrets. Distilled through experience and deep reflection, these texts, whether penned by renowned thinkers like Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, or Epictetus, carry within the concentrated essence of human experience, timeless struggles, and enduring understanding. Reading them nightly is akin to engaging in a rich, deeply personal philosophical dialogue where timeless wisdom is generously shared, one illuminating passage at a time. Imagine, for a moment, sitting across a warm, crackling fireplace, and across from you is Seneca himself, speaking gently yet powerfully about the true nature of life and the preciousness of time. He might remind you, as he once wrote, "Life, if you know how to use it, is long." How often do we find ourselves bemoaning the perceived lack of time in our busy lives, when in fact, it's often our mismanagement of it, or our lack of mindful presence within it, that truly eludes us. Such profound insights, when allowed to settle and be reflected upon in the quietude of the night, can significantly shape our actions, our priorities, and our perspectives for all the days that are to come. Or perhaps, on another evening, you'd stumble upon Marcus Aurelius's intimate, often vulnerable, musings in his personal journal, his meditations. It's as if you're being granted a rare peek into the private thoughts of a Roman emperor who, despite his immense worldly power, grappled with the very same fundamental human concerns that we all do: doubt, frustration, the search for meaning, the desire for inner peace. One evening, you might read his powerful self-exhortation: "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." In a world where pettiness, resentment, and animosity can often seem rampant, what a potent and timely reminder it is to steadfastly uphold our own dignity, our own integrity, our own chosen values. Every night, as you open these texts, it's as though you're stepping into a grand, timeless hall, a library of an all-in-our minds, where these great Stoic philosophers, and others like them, await your arrival, eager to share their hard-won insights, to gently challenge your existing beliefs, and to provide profound solace and guidance. It's a dynamic, enriching conversation that beautifully spans across millennia, connecting you to a lineage of wisdom seekers. But it's not just about passive consumption of information. The very act of reading Stoic philosophy, or any deep wisdom literature, actively invites contemplation. It's an open invitation to question, to debate internally, and to thoughtfully mold these ancient insights to fit the unique, intricate puzzle of your own modern life. Perhaps one evening, Epictetus's clear words on the dichotomy of control will resonate deeply, urging you once more to discern with clarity between those things truly within your power and those that lie beyond it. Or maybe on a particularly challenging day, you find unexpected solace and strength in the Stoic idea of amor fati, the courageous, even joyful, acceptance and love of one's fate, whatever it may bring. By making these kinds of reflective readings a consistent nightly ritual, you are doing far more than just enriching your intellectual reservoir. You are actively sculpting your soul, diligently refining your character, and mindfully preparing yourself to face life's myriad challenges with greater grace. Enduring poise and profound wisdom. Over time, these nightly sojourns into the heart of Stoicism, these quiet conversations with the wise, will begin to transform you from the inside out. No longer will you be so easily swayed by life's inevitable tempests. Instead, you will find yourself standing taller, more grounded in ancient, enduring wisdom, increasingly ready and able to turn every challenge into a genuine opportunity for growth, learning, and enlightenment. In the vast, often cluttered, canvas of our nightly routines, dedicating time to read from Stoic texts isn't just another brushstroke. It's akin to applying the very foundational colors that bring the entire masterpiece of a well-lived, thoughtfully considered life into vibrant focus. This naturally leads us to lesson number 5, consciously disconnects to powerfully reconnect. In this hyper-connected age of ceaseless notifications, endless digital streams of content, and the almost constant, low-level hum of technology that underpins so much of modern life, there emerges the clear Stoic call to action that is both incredibly profound and acutely pertinent: the intentional act of purposeful disconnection. In order to truly, deeply reconnect with ourselves, with our loved ones, and with the present moment, it's a curious, almost defining, paradox of our times. We are, technologically speaking, more connected to more people and more information than ever before in human history, with the entire world seemingly at our fingertips. Yet, for so many, a genuine, heartfelt sense of deep connection, both with oneself and with others, seems ever more elusive, more fragile, amidst the daily barrage of emails, text messages, social media updates, and breaking news alerts. We often lose vital touch with the very core of our being, that silent, reflective center within us that truly defines who we are and what matters most. The Stoics, though they lived in a time entirely devoid of smartphones and the internet, deeply understood the immense value of solitude, of quietude, and of genuine introspection. They instinctively recognized that true clarity, true self-understanding, doesn't typically emerge from constant external engagement and stimulation, but rather from those precious, intentional moments of deliberate withdrawal from the noise of the world. It's often in those quiet, empty spaces between our actions, between our engagements, that we find our most profound insights and our deepest sense of inner peace. Imagine a serene, undisturbed lake, its waters calm, clear, and perfectly still, reflecting the sky above. Each of our daily digital distractions, each notification, each urgent demand for our attention, is like a stone thrown carelessly into this lake, creating ripples, disturbing its natural tranquility, and clouding its clarity by the end of a typical day, if we've allowed too many of these stones to be thrown. The water of our mind becomes turbulent, agitated, mirroring the often unacknowledged chaos we feel within. The conscious act of disconnecting, therefore, is like intentionally giving this inner lake a precious chance to settle, to return to its natural, serene, and reflective state. Now, this isn't an advocacy for complete technological detachment, for becoming a Luddite, or for permanently shunning the modern world. That's neither practical nor necessarily desirable for most. Instead, it's about cultivating the wisdom of intentional disengagement, especially in the hours leading up to sleep. Perhaps it's making a conscious choice to turn off your phone, your laptop, all screens, at least an hour before bed, allowing that pervasive digital noise to gradually fade away, and in its place, making deliberate space for quiet reflection, for reading, or for genuine, undistracted connection with a loved one. Maybe it's simply spending a few moments looking out of your window, observing the night sky, the quiet world outside, without the distorting lens of filters, screens, and pixels. As you consciously immerse yourself in this act of disconnecting from the external chatter, you simultaneously begin a deeper, more profound journey of genuine reconnection, reconnecting with your innermost thoughts and authentic emotions, with the natural rhythm of your own breath, with the profound, often overlooked, simplicity of just being. Remember those times, perhaps from your childhood, or from quieter periods in your life, when joy was often found not in the fleeting glow of a screen, but in the immersive pages of a gripping book, the soft, soulful strumming of a guitar, or a deep, heart-to-heart conversation with a loved one. Free from digital interruptions, the Stoics were true champions of this kind of essential, soul-nourishing reconnection. Marcus Aurelius often spoke eloquently of the need to retreat into oneself. Seneca, in his insightful letters, frequently extolled the virtues of solitude and dedicated self-reflection. They realized, with profound clarity, that in consciously disconnecting from the endless barrage of external distractions, we find an invaluable bridge back to our own inner world, to our own deepest truths. Every evening, as you consciously choose to disconnect, even for a short while, you're not just taking a break from the digital realm, you're courageously embarking on a vital journey inward. Yes, every evening, as you consciously choose to step away from the digital deluge, you're not just taking a much-needed break, you're courageously embarking on a sacred pilgrimage back to yourself. It's a journey where each deliberate step away from the pervasive noise of the external world is a significant step closer to your authentic core. That's serene, in a space of profound peace, timeless wisdom, and often unadulterated, simple joy. When you begin to incorporate this practice of mindful disconnection into your nightly ritual, you'll likely discover that in the very heart of that intentional disconnection lies the most profound and meaningful connection of all, the one with your very own soul. You start to truly understand, perhaps for the first time, that you're not just a tiny, insignificant drop lost in the vast, overwhelming ocean of digital information, but rather, you are a boundless, infinite ocean contained within this tiny, fleeting digital drop, and in this powerful, liberating realization, you will find ever-increasing freedom, genuine clarity, and an almost inexhaustible wellspring of inner joy. This naturally leads us to lesson number 6, consciously release what is beyond your control. As night gently envelops the world, casting its soft shadows and ushering in a tranquil realm of stars and dreams, there's a subtle, yet profound, invitation offered to us all, an invitation that the ancient Stoics fervently endorsed and practiced, the art of consciously, willingly, releasing all those things, events, and especially those desired outcomes that lie fundamentally beyond our direct grasp. At the very core of Stoic philosophy lies a deep, practical understanding of control, the wisdom to clearly discern what is truly within our purview, our sphere of influence, and what definitively is not. Life, with all its inherent beauty and its unavoidable unpredictability, constantly throws a myriad of diverse scenarios our way. Some of these we can indeed influence through our choices and actions. Many others we simply cannot. Persistently, anxiously clinging on to those things that are beyond our control is much like trying to catch the wind in a delicate net, an ultimately futile, deeply frustrating, and energy-depleting endeavor. Consider for a moment the sheer might and majesty of the universe, its almost incomprehensible vastness and its awe-inspiring grandeur. Stars are constantly being born and dying across unimaginable distances. Entire galaxies are gracefully spinning in their silent, cosmic dance, and here we are, on our tiny, precious blue dot, often feeling utterly overwhelmed by circumstances both globally significant and intimately trivial. Epictetus, the wise Stoic sage, once elegantly and simply stated, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." Within this seemingly simple piece of wisdom lies the direct, unshakable path to genuine inner peace. Imagine you're tightly holding onto a balloon, and this balloon represents all your current worries, your anxieties, your attachments to specific outcomes you desperately wish you could dictate. The tighter you grip that balloon, the more it strains against your hand, the more tension it creates. Now, what if you could just let it go? What if you could consciously open your hand and watch it float away, carried effortlessly by the gentle winds of acceptance and understanding, rising higher and higher until it's but a tiny, insignificant speck in the vast, indifferent sky of existence? That, in essence, is the profound, liberating feeling of truly releasing. Every evening, as you begin to wind down from the day's activities, presents a golden opportunity to mentally and emotionally sift through the events that transpired. Take time to recognize where you genuinely did your best, where your efforts were aligned with your values, and then, just as importantly, consciously identify what is truly not in your hands to change or control. Perhaps it's the final outcome of an important meeting you attended, the specific reaction of a friend to something you said or did, or the ever-changing, often tumultuous, state of the wider world. By mindfully acknowledging and then consciously releasing these external elements, you gift yourself an immeasurable sense of tranquility and the precious freedom to focus your energy and attention where you can genuinely make a difference, primarily on your own thoughts, your own responses, and your own actions. This nightly act of deliberate release is incredibly therapeutic. It's like gently unburdening your soul, allowing it to become light, free, and unencumbered by weights it was never meant to carry. With consistent practice, this nightly ritual gradually morphs from a mere habit into a deeply ingrained living philosophy. No longer are you constantly swayed by every unpredictable wind of external change. Instead, you become more like the calm, unshakable eye of the storm, centered, peaceful, and in profound harmony with yourself, regardless of the chaos that may occasionally rage outside. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, often wrote with poignant beauty about the inherent impermanence of all things and our own fleeting, transient place within the vast universe. His words serve as a powerful, grounding reminder of the ultimate futility of desperately clinging to that which is inherently beyond our control, that which is destined to change or pass. By truly internalizing this wisdom, our nights become not just a period of rest for the weary body, but a sacred sanctuary for the soul, a dedicated time and space where we consciously acknowledge, gracefully accept, and peacefully let go As you make this practice an integral part of your nightly routine, you'll likely find your mornings greeting you with a renewed sense of vigor, a sharper clarity of mind, and an unshakable, profound peace, knowing that you are striving to live in harmony with the natural order of things, acting with virtue and intention where you can, and gracefully, wisely releasing where you cannot. In this delicate, dynamic balance lies the very epitome of Stoic wisdom and enduring serenity. And this mindful release prepares us perfectly for lesson number 7. Thoughtfully set intentions for the next day. As the velvety curtain of night gently descends, a quiet realm of new possibility emerges, gracefully paving the way for a fresh, untrodden dawn, but to truly, consciously harness the immense power and potential of a new day. The Stoics firmly believed in the profound art of setting clear intentions, not just making to-do lists or scheduling plans, but something deeper. Intentions, in this Stoic sense, are more than mere tasks to be checked off. They are the guiding compass by which our inner spirit navigates its journey, the unwavering North Star of our innermost aspirations and core values. While the modern world often seems to relentlessly race after external goals, measurable targets, and quantifiable achievements, the Stoic perspective gently beckons us towards a deeper, more profound nightly ritual. It's not just about efficiently ticking boxes or frantically racing through endless to-do lists. It's about consciously grounding ourselves in our core values, thoughtfully aligning our anticipated actions with our deepest principles, and intentionally approaching each new day with a clear, unwavering sense of purpose. Imagine a ship setting sail upon the vast ocean without a defined course, without a clear destination, driven solely by the unpredictable whims of the wind and the ever-shifting tides. It might drift aimlessly for a time, or worse, it could even crash upon unforeseen, dangerous shores. The intentions we consciously set each evening are akin to meticulously charting a clear course for that ship, ensuring its journey through the next day aligns as closely as possible with its desired destination, its noblest purpose. Each night, as you pause to quietly contemplate the morrow, presents a precious opportunity to ask yourself vital questions like, what specific virtue do I wish to more fully embody tomorrow? What core values do I want to more consciously manifest through my actions, my words, my very presence, maybe, for the day ahead? It's the Stoic ideal of courage, a commitment to facing a challenging situation head-on, with integrity and resolve. Perhaps it's wisdom, a conscious choice to listen more attentively and speak less impulsively in an anticipated heated debate. Or it could be justice, a deep intention to ensure fairness and equity in a critical decision you know you need to make. This practice is not about rigidly plotting every single minute of your day or attempting to script every future conversation. That would be an exercise in futility, a denial of life's inherent unpredictability. Rather, it's about cultivating a guiding mindset, an overarching philosophy for the day ahead. By thoughtfully setting intentions that are deeply grounded in Stoic principles, we infuse our subsequent actions with a palpable sense of purpose and meaning. Each task, however mundane it might seem, then becomes more than just a mere activity. It transforms into a potential reflection of our inner ideals, an opportunity to practice our chosen virtues. Seneca once wisely remarked, "If one does not know to which port one is sailing, no wind is favorable." By setting clear intentions each night, you are effectively defining your port for the following day, making every breeze, every challenge, every unexpected joy a potentially favorable wind, propelling you forward on your chosen path. Over time, this consistent practice transforms not just your nights and your days, but the very trajectory of your life. No longer do we need to find ourselves feeling adrift in the vast, often overwhelming, ocean of existence. Instead, we become more like master navigators of our own lives, skillfully steering our ship with unwavering determination and clarity, even amidst life's most tempestuous and unpredictable storms. As the timeless whispers of ancient Stoic wisdom echo softly through the corridors of time, we find, again and again, that their profound teachings are not just abstract philosophies to be pondered from a distance, but actionable, life-enhancing steps to be actively embraced and lived. Each night, as the world around us quiets, as we stand on the peaceful threshold of rest and renewal, we truly hold in our hands the very keys to a life filled with deeper meaning, clear intention, and unshakable inner peace. But Stoicism, like any truly great philosophy, is not just about passive understanding, it's about active, consistent application. It thrives, it comes alive, when we consciously integrate its timeless teachings into the very fabric of our daily lives. And what better, more conducive time to do so than at the peaceful close of the day, when we can quietly reflect, thoughtfully realign, and intentionally set the stage for the fresh dawn that awaits. Which of these nightly Stoic practices resonated most deeply with you this evening? Which do you perhaps already practice? Or which do you now see yourself thoughtfully weaving into the unique tapestry of your own evening routine? I warmly invite you to share your thoughts, your aspirations, and your personal Stoic journey in the comments section below. Let's continue to inspire and learn from one another as we all walk this shared path of wisdom and self-improvement together. Until next time, may you consistently find profound serenity in the stillness of the night, and unwavering strength in the timeless teachings of Stoicism.